Hi guys, thank you for stopping by. My name is Jermaine, aka Jay, and welcome to my channel. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe.
Previously on Jay's Big Chat.
I think a lot of the time people don't look at the context of the context in which a joke was made.
I mean, back in the day, people used to go to comedy shows for the comedian to pick on them.
I think it's because of the subject matter. When people pick a subject matter that is touchy, and like I think you just got to be mindful. Like, I wouldn't go as a stand-up comedian and start making jokes about black people or because it's not going to come across well.
There's a level,
and it's like we like pick fun at each other. Do you know what I mean? Like I would make, if you ever insulted me about having no lip, I'd be like, but you wear a wig. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because those are two stereotypical things. Like, I know I have no lip. It's done in jest. Like, we know those stereotypes exist. Like, we know that white people lack lips, so let's make fun of it. It's funny. Like, we know that a lot of black women do switch up their hairstyle, but they're not. But then it's the way it's done, because Cerecia, like, a lot of people think that black women wear wigs because like they hate their hair or they're trying to replicate white women hair, and that's not, I don't think, why black women wear them. They wear them because they have the right to switch up. It's hard having natural hair as a black woman. I'm assuming it's very hard. And so
it is the upkeep. You gotta buy products. Yeah, black people products are expensive.
But then I think that's another topic on its own. I didn't want to get into that one.
If we're talking about being oversensitive in 2019, I feel like we are that. You know, it is, you can't put anything on social media, you can't say anything in person without thinking, oops, who am I going to offend? As you said, am I going to offend the vegetarians? Am I going to offend the meat eaters? Am I going to offend...
Yeah, it's trial by social media nowadays. Like, you don't even need to have, I hate the word, receipts. You don't even need to have like categoric proof that someone has done something. If something gets enough retweets and then people believe that they said that, they did this, and that's wrong. Like, and I don't know, like, I think people are looking back on people's Twitter pages 5-6 years, you know, 5-6 years previous.
Who did that happen to recently?
To Poet, I forgot his name, Poet's Corner on Twitter. He does, he commentates for, who does he commentate for?
Filthy Fellas as well.
Yeah, but people are like digging up tweets that no longer represent someone, and it's like, we're not. I 100% think that people should be held accountable for what they say, and that you know, you need to take responsibility. If you said something offensive, then you hold your hands up, you apologise, and you understand that what you said was wrong. But we're not allowing people to move on from that. That's something that these people have said years ago. We can, as people, we are constantly evolving, constantly meeting new people, talking to new people, which change our point of view. So the views you held all those years ago are now not going to reflect how you think.
Very true.
And it's like, people aren't getting that. They're just getting like, but he said this awful thing, so let's cancel him. Like, and it's just, they just cancel everyone. Like,
it was the same thing with Kevin Hart. He was supposed to host the Oscars.
Yeah, and he had to step down, didn't he?
Yeah, but he already apologised about that tweet that was years back. So it's like, why does he have to continuously apologize? It was a homophobic.
Yeah,
it was basically like a joke.
A joke,
Yeah.
But it may have been in bad taste. But and this is the thing. Again, people are forgetting the context. It's not excusing it and saying it's okay. But there used to be tweets about like, I don't know, like, where I remember one stuck in my head, because even at the time I thought, oh god, years ago, where someone said, if a black girl wears when black girls wear green contact lenses, they look like an Xbox controller. Don't laugh, right? And no, and that's what I'm saying. I
thought of it. I never, like, you can't.
And reading that at the time, like, and reading, that's what I'm saying. But like, plenty of people.
Come on, it's your show. You can laugh.
I'll give you a minute. But
I'm just trying to envision it.
That's it's
a black girl with green contact lens.
I'm trying to picture the Xbox controller first.
Why does it say Xbox controller? Does it have a button?
Green light on it?
Has an X on it.
Yeah.
Okay, and then so what happened with that?
And so at the time, people were laughing at that, because it's like, black girls used to get a lot, so much. They were like the butt of all jokes, and culturally at the time, like that was, I don't want to say the norm because it's not normal and it wasn't okay, but that was
the norm, basically.
That was culturally what people were picking fun at. Like black people as well were picking fun at darker skinned black people. Do you know what I mean?
True.
And that was just still have 100%.
Yeah.
But I think we have come a long way. We've still got a lot further to go, but we are more mindful of why that is wrong and why we shouldn't do that. But colourist jokes back in being in high school times, I remember all the time people would like blick. People called each other blick all the time because that was
worse around?
funny. No, because
it's
now
not,
because our generation we know now that's really offensive. And it's But I'm saying, but you know, everyone that laughed at a blick joke back in the day shouldn't be put up on a stake to burn now.
No, true.
Because
true.
they weren't,
Very
purposefully spreading hate. It was something that we were mindlessly laughing at the time.
Yeah.
And that was wrong, but it doesn't mean that you can't. We've progressed since then.
I feel like you argue 2 points. So areas cool, everyone is sensitive, but at the same time we have to learn that our old ways weren't the correct way.
Yeah,
so
that's exactly what I'm saying. There's a way of putting things. Yeah.
So again, calling someone blick is not the right thing.
No.
It's not on.
No.
So it's a case of drawing a line in the sand. How do we find a balance where we're not overly sensitive, but at the same time we're checking people when they need to be checked.
100%. You can have jokes and you can pick fun at people, but there's a limit.
Do you know what? I think you said the correct word. It's about balance.
100%.
It's about balance. So I feel like now the balance has shifted in the opposite way.
Yeah.
So beforehand we weren't sensitive as a society enough, right? So we weren't sensitive at all.
No.
So then now we've gone from not being sensitive to oversensitive.
Yeah.
You know.
It's like when people say, again, they've wrongly put it, but where Steve says, "Oh, these kids need to be bullied," isn't to toughen them up a bit. Because you think of the stuff we went through at high school, the kids of nowadays would not survive. The roast, the continuous roasting that was from your friends. And I think it's good because we are much more aware now and we call out things that set us back.
Yeah.
But I think we also need to still encourage people to be resilient. Don't rise to if something annoys you on social media, you don't have to respond to it. People say things to irritate people because some people have sad lives and they want a reaction. It is. Some people sit at home what can I say to annoy people? Let me be a troll. And it's just ignore them.
It's like every white supermodel that has cameras in. They're trying to take from black culture.
Cultural appropriation.
It's not every little thing. If a white girl has straight hair and they curl it, I was trying to be like a black girl. Not really, no. It's just a style.
It's just a style. Yeah. Same as dress sense.
Yeah, overly sensitive.
Same as dress sense.
And I think if that's not what someone's trying to do.
Do you know what it is? I think it's a lot to do with the fact that people are losing the sense of culture. So now it's just about what looks good. It's not about my people, I dress like this represents my people. Like the topic on the whole beef thing, that's one of it. It's like it changes you. You're no longer that person, you're somebody different. You look different, you're not that person. If I cut my hair, I look different, I'm someone different. If I change your hair alone changes you. So I think we've become too sensitive, but in a way it's good, but not.
There was one point that you made that I take slight issue, but I thought like that's maybe for another conversation, where it was with white girls and wearing cameras and whatnot, and it's cool. They're not. We would say we don't know intentions. Could be it's pure. It's just I like the style. I'm gonna rock it. That's what I'm doing it for. But considering the reason why they're calling people out, right? Because black girls were insulted. But again, I'm not the one to make the point here with black girls themselves, but black girls were insulted for having cameras. Black girls were insulted for
and
this
now
and that.
white girls praise.
And now white girls
no, that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it works both ways. The same with a black girl, she went to wear a blonde wig.
But I think this goes back again to what we're talking about before, like what was tolerated before, what was laughed at before, but now and it's funny, isn't it? Like when you used to say things like, "Oh, look at that person in them ripped jeans. Like, I never wear ripped jeans.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, half of us here are wearing ripped jeans, but
Things move in trends.
Yeah.
Things move in trends.
Yeah.
Like everything, the language people use. Like British people now are saying period. Why are we doing that? You know, saying period, saying
movies,
no cap, things
No
like
cap.
that. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like it's a trend at
Yeah.
the moment, and people
Yeah.
that type bare letters like when something's funny, why are we doing that? Yeah, and it's but you know, the jokes that were socially acceptable
Like
and
also
a trend at the time are not anymore
Yeah.
because we know they're offensive.
Like what the Americans do.
Are you young people?
You young people.
Oh,
the same age.
don't say no cap if you're from Britain.
Yeah,
Don't
don't
say
no
it.
cap.
Same age.
Or period.
Yeah.
100. Don't do that.
oh, 100.
100. Don't do that.
Oh, my mama.
If there was an argument to the whole movie thing, movies are great.
Definitely.
They help you. They give you advice. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. They make you happy. They make you realize. Sometimes they inspire you. Like I make beats and music and sometimes I get inspired. Like from the movie Creed, it's all about fighting, but I got inspired because there's a part about it with his girlfriend about the music, so it inspires you. And I think movie directors, they know that, so they're making an action movie. They're like, how can we make musicians come and watch this movie? It's at the part where there's someone playing the piano, like in Creed, the girl plays the piano.
Yeah,
That
she
got
does,
me.
yeah.
That literally made me want to watch the movie again because I love music and the sound of what she was doing. It's like, oh, and then
Yeah,
singing.
Yeah.
So movies. That's
Movies serve their purpose.
Yeah.
There's something for everyone.
There's more pros than cons, I reckon.
You think there's more pros than cons?
Yeah.
Totally,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at Cool Runnings.
Cool runnings.
Way
What's it?
back.
When did you make up a bomb Steve? Yeah, true. Just pure motivation. Yeah, pure motivation.
It's just such a feel-good film, isn't
Yeah,
it? I
yeah.
love it.
Just when you're down, you think you can't make it.
Yeah.
Of course you
I
can.
just wait the whole film for Sanka, you're dead. Like everyone just waits for that. Like I love it. That sounds so British. Sanka, you dead? I know.
How would you say it?
My surname is Sanka.
Who's that,
is
Sanka?
it?
Oh.
Oh.
So you were talking to him?
No, well,
Oh.
no, I never knew.
Sanka.
Sanka, you're dead?
Sanka. Kiss the egg.
So we're still sticking with media
Yeah.
and entertainment. And we're looking at how people portray themselves. I guess maybe if we look at, say, a photo of an individual on, say, a social media platform or within films, and where this ecstasy of beauty and perfection is seen 9 times out of 10. So we're looking at the form of Photoshop, we're looking at the form of, correction when it comes to like a person's flaws before it gets put out to the public. What's our view on that?
I mean, I never knew that, like, for example, Instagram, I never knew half the people, male and female, Photoshop themselves until like my partner showed me, and she was like, yeah, that's Photoshop, that's Photoshop, and I'm like, I never knew that.
Really?
I'm thinking, okay, that's just you. I know it's good lighting, good camera. I thought that was just you. So I
Thought they woke up like that.
Yeah, I thought they woke up. I thought, wow, okay.
Yeah.
I'm just butters compared to you.
Oh, that was butters. We went there.
coming
Yeah.
back.
Classic
Yeah.
word.
Surgeons.
No,
Yeah, for real, it should be lifting that category.
I don't know if you guys saw the thing on Snapchat. You know they've got like Daily Mail and the Sun and stuff. There was an article about a girl photoshopping, but she took a picture of herself in the field and she photoshopped everyone else in the background, like she was at Coachella.
Oh,
Oh, really?
I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I know what you're on about.
It looked so real.
And she
Yeah.
posted it, and
Yeah.
obviously,
She was just
Did she make out that she was in Coachella?
Well,
Or
yeah,
did
she
really?
did it to show that you literally can create anything and
Yeah.
post it on social media, and people will think that's
Yeah.
your life.
And it looked so real.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have questioned
Because
it at all.
you don't half the time, like Facetune. I think Facetune should be banned.
What is
Like,
Facetune?
it's like this app. I make it
Do you know
illegal right now.
Facetune?
It's this app, right? Where like you can do all sorts. It's basically a Photoshop, but a less advanced
Okay.
software.
Like a friendly user.
Kind of, yeah. Like it's an app,
Okay.
and you can cinch your nose in.
Yeah.
You can lighten or darken your skin
Get
tone,
cheekbones.
whiten your teeth, change the structure. You can basically just switch around your whole face, make your lips
Really?
bigger, eyes brighter, get rid of blemishes.
But
like it's just
I
a
don't
full
see
on.
nothing wrong in that though.
Yes, there is something.
Don't,
there is.
wait.
Okay, no, this is good.
Yeah,
This is
wait.
good.
Don't women do that anyway?
What do you mean?
In real
With
life.
makeup?
In real life, yeah.
Lips, face.
Yeah.
Like I've seen girls
But
take
Cosmetic
makeup
surgery.
and I'm
you're
like,
talking about.
not necessarily cosmetic surgery, but
We're
there's
talking.
level
No,
to
you
because
know,
that is.
there's a way you can
Look.
contour your face to make your face look
You can do it as
bigger.
well.
Generally, I've seen it. Like you can contour your face
Like contour?
to make your jaw look
Yeah.
bigger or your
Yeah,
lips or your
yeah,
nose.
yeah.
And then when they take it off, you're like, whoa.
But I think makeup is a form of, I don't want to say self-expression, but I feel like it's like, if you feel like, if you want to wear a certain look that day, you wear that. Like how you change your hair, you change your makeup with it. And I think it's important that, I think women should be allowed to experiment with makeup because it's fun and it's like,
It's actually a skill.
it's a real skill.
Yeah.
And it's enjoyable putting on makeup because it's like there's your casual self and then your glammed up self. And that's how I like to use makeup personally. Like I wouldn't want to be at a stage where I felt I couldn't leave the house without makeup because I feel like then you're a slave to it rather than it being something you enjoy.
Okay, so
So-
based on what Rolando's saying,
Yeah.
we've got reality
Yeah.
where, which is what you're saying,
I-
is makeup is the same form of like it's your reality Photoshop.
I get what he's saying.
So how would you say what is the
I feel
difference?
so strong about it because being an influencer
Yeah.
is a job nowadays,
Yeah.
right? And people are so sucked into this like continuous feed of holidays to Bali, being a size 8 in a bikini, having perfect, and none of it, I say none, okay, the majority of it has been either edited or
Manipulate
packaged in some way
Yeah.
to make it look as good as possible. So obviously someone on their feed is not going to, show you when they're sitting at home. They're not going to show you the normal days they have like us. So we're aspiring to this lifestyle that even they don't have themselves because they're not being honest. There's people I think, do what you want with your body. If you want to go get surgery, get surgery. But if you've got a young following of impressionable girls who want the lifestyle you have and want to look like you need to be responsible.
Oh,
and be
boys,
honest.
because
And boys,
because
100%
guys
and
can
boys,
do,
yeah.
use that same app,
Can
right?
go and can Facetune, could be using all kinds of body fillers to give, and you need to be honest because there's women on social media saying, drink skinny tea, drink 5 litres of water a day and you'll look like this.
Yeah.
No, you won't. You'll look like that if you go and get a BBL. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You won't
yeah.
look like that by going to the gym.
What's a BBL?
And a Brazilian butt lift. People...
Says so frank.
I know, Brazilian butt lift. But people are aspiring to they're giving people unrealistic goals because they're not being honest. I'm not saying as a influencer you need to divulge.
It makes them want to be a part of it. 'Cause
Yeah, and it's like it's just not honest, and you don't need to divulge every detail of your life or everything that you do. If you want to keep your surgery private, fine, but don't stand there saying like I got this by going to the gym because that's what women are doing.
I think it started
and
from school, from when everyone's in school, and then you have the girls that end up having a crush on a guy but she wants to look pretty for him. But then she's like, oh, how do I look pretty? She's watched a movie, so now she's seeing these model looking slim.
It's everything. It's
and it's like, okay, I've got to look like that to make him like me, and then from that's injected into your head. You're now a big 18, 19-year-old.
No company, none of these companies would sell anything. None of these slim tea companies, none of these cosmetic companies, none of them would sell anything if they didn't lie or sell you this lifestyle, full stream, and to make you feel bad about yourself. It all stems from making you feel inadequate as you are. Because I don't think I'm butters, right? I don't think I'm straight up butters, but at the same time I don't think I'm a 10-10 at all. And I feel that way because I'm so used to seeing like these polished, beautiful women that look like unreal, because it is unreal. It's not real. But it's ran down your throat. I don't have Instagram anymore because I couldn't take it. I couldn't take it.
Okay, so we've got a different take to that where you said you don't see anything wrong with like adjusting your face structure using the app and so forth.
I mean, you're right. There's pros and cons to it, right? If you're gonna present yourself falsely, of course it's wrong. End of the day, if you can make money off it, go ahead.
You think?
If you can make money off it, go ahead and make your money. Like if you can trim it down, like Kim K, we all know she got famous from the sex tape and whatnot, and then she did that whole a picture of her naked with the champagne that broke internet and all that. If you can make money off it, make money off it. But also the pros of it is if those young individuals out there that have insecurities about themselves
and are following Kim Kardashian
have insecurities can use stuff as that face tune to kind of fix themselves up so they're not as insecure.
Fix themselves.
That's bad though. Shouldn't we all be learning to love ourselves?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
But
fundamentally wrong.
it's
It's fundamentally wrong.
No, but it doesn't
wrong,
mean you don't love yourself though because you use that app. It don't mean you don't love yourself.
And
I
it's
love
no one's
myself.
job to make you love yourself, but I'm saying it doesn't help. It doesn't help having such unrealistic role models and goals.
You were
What
saying
about people that don't? There's some people that don't choose to be role models.
Yeah.
They're just considered role models.
Yeah.
100%, and I never would. Like how people say like Cardi B's not a role model because she's so sexualized. She never came into it wanting to be. I'm saying people that like will put captions like I don't know, like feeling bad about yourself. Why don't you do it? Do you know what I mean? And they will play.
I feel like
Is that the fault of the comment or the person?
No, it's not. It's a mixture. People are too susceptible and are too. Social media plays a way too big a part in people's lives. Like people spend more time scrolling through Instagram than they do watching a David Attenborough documentary or watching something with more substance to it. Like I'm not trying to belittle influencers' jobs, but at the end of the day, what a lot of them do is quite vacuous. It's about clothes, it's about makeup, it's about, and I'm not saying none of these things are important, they are, people are interested in it, but it's like it's the be all and end all for some people. They've forgotten that actually what the most important thing probably for every person is making sure you're a nice person, making sure you're healthy, making sure you're clued up and you're knowledgeable and you've learned as much as you can. Like, do you know what I mean? There's more to life. I hate to say that because it sounds like of course, as you said, make your money. There's money to be made. Like, it's the way it's going. Like, people are making careers out of social media. But I think a lot of the subject content that we're seeing is like trying to sell us a better life and or the importance is on how you look. Like, no matter how they put it and what they package it to be, they're trying to. It's about how they look. What ugly influences do you see? That's what I'm saying. You have to be you have to look a certain way to even be in that position. So I just don't think it's a very.
I think there's regular influencers, but the people who get the most shine and the most light are the people like you say the Kardashians. But there's probably normal influencers. I don't know them because again, I pay attention to.
Probably me. That's probably me being narrow-minded because I don't really pay much attention to it. So it probably is a broader range of influences than what I like to think. Yeah.
But that's with everything though. Like from fashion to how you look physically to the trainers I go out and buy. I make a conscious effort. And I'm thinking, okay, like as bad as it sounds, I'm not offending no one out there. Yeah. I personally would never go into something like Oxfam and do my shopping. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not.
No, but that's personal taste. That's fine.
That's because it's like okay, I've seen this on social media and I've gone, you know what? Let me get the next Balenciagas. I'm like, cool. Let me go. And I'm more prone to like, you know what? I like that.
Yeah.
But it's ugly. Let's be real. Some of the Balenciagas shoes are ugly. But I'm still prone to do it.
That's just self-love. That's good though, because you worked hard for your money. So let me buy little 4,000.
So, but what I'm trying to say from that is a good it's selling. Like for example, how you said, you know, if you want to waste like this, drink this herbal tea. That's just good selling. You know, in the day, that herbal tea has told you this is
good selling, but a damaging premise. It's not. I don't want if I have a daughter or a son one day, I don't want them growing up surrounded by. Even on Snapchat, you can't get away from it. The constant there's one at the moment that's like a cartoon running. It says. And like she's losing weight as she runs, and then it advertises that download the app now. It's like I don't want to lose weight. Leave me alone. Like it's just everywhere. Like teeth whitening it's everywhere.
I was looking at entertainment. You know, we're looking at how things are being portrayed, and another part of the entertainment industry, media industry, is music. So when you look at music and the influence it has on people, do you feel like I can only speak for London. I know some of you are from elsewhere, but would you say that music has a impact? And if it does, 100%. What impact do you think it has on our sort of youngsters growing up in society today? Yeah.
First of all, if you really think about it, without rhythm, that's like the lowest of music, that's the rawest form, rhythm. Without rhythm, there wouldn't even be life. Your heart if your heart wasn't in rhythm, then you wouldn't be alive. You'd stop beating. It's not working. You need a new one. So I think rhythm is part of us. Like, so to ask, does it influence people? Yeah, it influences everyone. Okay. Whether you don't like the song or you do like the song,
you feel something.
You're gonna feel something. Yeah. You're gonna feel it, and there's different levels. Music will bring out different levels of anger and different levels of emotion. Yeah. Because it has done with me, and I've felt emotions from music, and I'm just like, whoa, I've never felt that.
Okay. So there's loads of statements now saying that the type of music that's being that young people are subjected to now are causing them to become a different person within society. You know, it's a lot more angry, it's a lot more violent.
The media have something against drill.
Drill.
Yeah.
So what? You know, they're saying that it's a toxic environment for youngsters to grow up in.
Music follows the person, not the person follows music. So the person you are at that time listens to a certain type of music. For example, me, I'm young, I'm a YG, so I will listen to YG, younger.
That's what you're trying to say.
So I will listen to drill, Afro, I'll listen to Young Bane, I'll listen to Kojo Funds. But at the same time, I like other things. There's music from my homeland, Angola, so there is...
What's your homeland?
Angola. Yeah, so there's Kizomba, so I'll listen to that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of Portuguese type.
Yeah, exactly. For one, if you want to get your dance on, that's where you go to.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'd say, like, for example, goths, they listen to a certain type of music, so it's not the music influencing the people, it's the other way around. So
the people influence,
Yeah, like, I think when drill music's made, music's more of a reflection of what that person feels or sees. Exactly. So if I jump on the track, people could hate. If I jump on the track and I'm like, see man down on the road, chef him down there, lift him cold, why am I saying it? Because that's all I see. I'm angry. Why am I angry? People say, oh, you're angry, put him in jail, then kind of people will be in prison. Why is he like that though? Yeah. He's 15, 14, and all he's thinking about is coming out of school to see his op and chefing him down the road.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
A lot of these rappers, they lie about
that's what I was just going to say.
Because it's becoming fashion.
That's what I was going to say.
It's becoming fashion.
And that's what I don't like. It's like,
now.
because it isn't, at the end of the day, even though it's real life, it isn't something to be glamorized and to be promoted, because it's not. No young person should be growing up going through what they go through. It's traumatic what they're talking about when you actually strip it back.
Isn't that just music on the whole? Because I feel like music, right, from way back when, it's about your circumstance at the time. Then you make a tune on it. You know, so you got heartbroken, you got cheated on, you got disowned, you got whatever it is, illness, whatever. Then you make a song about it, and you're, as it were, you are kind of glamorizing that situation because you're making the millions of it.
Who's going to get hurt from being heartbroken though? That's the point there. The point is that they are glamorizing things that... I don't want to say glamorizing because I don't agree with it a lot. Yeah, but with the way the media puts it as if like drill is making people stab people, it's not. The problem is already there, and they're talking about the problem. What I don't agree with is it's being made out to be something to aspire to be like part of a group that's going around and chefing people, and do you know what I mean? Like that's not.
So for the audience, what is chefing?
I bump it. I listen to drill and I'm like,
chefing is stabbing.
Yeah. And it's like it shouldn't. It's very casual. And it shouldn't be such a casual thing.
So someone actually said, which was amazing. If you change the environment in which people grow up in, so you don't try and change the drill music or whatever, you know, because that's never going to work.
This is a product.
You know, change the environment that they're in, and then in return wouldn't exist.
Exactly.
And
why
would you talk about chefing someone down on the block when there's no blocks? There's no need to chef anyone down.
If everyone
lives in good neighborhoods.
Everyone is against drill music, and they're saying drill music is probably the worst music that's out there, then that means we're in the worst time that's out there. Because if drill's really bad, then there's a reason.
But
why
if you think about it, they said the same for grime. When grime first came out, you know, underground, like grime is that same hood kind of thing, and then it became a little bit mainstream, and then a little bit acceptable, because you had mainstream artists collaborating with some grime artists, and grime artists then kind of matured a little bit and then they went into the mainstream world, and then people became a little bit more subjected and kind of, their taste palette kind of became a little bit more,
I would say, I don't know if any of you are saying conspiracies, but I have a conspiracy for why drill, grime, things that black people, the music that black people are into are portrayed a certain way, because rockers don't kill other rockers. There's no stereotype for that, but for drill, it's different. Rappers kill rappers is the norm.
You say
rockers don't kill other rockers.
They don't kill each other, but they do stuff that's just as weird.
What's satanic? Cool, but there's no murder. That's not a crime. That's your expression.
People
that's
that
right,
do rock music, obviously they drugs.
On a mad level, like satanic, dark.
But
that's dark. That's taking it beyond even life.
But you're still not
using your
crime,
soul as a
where
weapon.
drill is promoting actual crime, like actual physical harm.
People aspire to do what they're saying in the music.
That's what I have the problem with. That it's like,
because you're known as an EJ, if you're on the track and you're like,
it's like you get recognition
and
and praise for doing harmful things.
Yeah.
That's what I don't agree with, and it's like young boys listen to that are looking to get that acceptance and praise, and it's like, I just think there's a fine line between enjoying music and promoting something that's dangerous.
Yeah, of course. Because I mean, even my 4-year-old, in the car singing, don't let me run through with my belly.
Yeah,
you know
And it's like,
it's peak. Don't let me run through my belly, because it's peak. Like, don't run with my money. And she's singing that, she's going, and it's just like,
It's my listen's favorite song now.
Yeah,
she knows the words off by heart.
It's crazy. It is crazy what subjective. But guys, thank you very much for joining me today on Jay's Big Chat. We looked at and discussed media and entertainment, and I think we had a good chat, didn't we?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, we had a good chat. I feel like we've got a lot more to say. So what we'll do is
more reasons to come back.
More reasons to come back. Thank you again for joining me, guys.
Yes, sir.
Good stuff. Boom.
When they put in this vote for Brexit or not, people just went and voted rather than stand up and challenge. Like, what is this?
I think you have to remember what was going on at the time. Just before that EU referendum came about, there was the whole Scottish referendum.
Yes.
So David Cameron was feeling quite strong.
Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe.